on this gorgeous Wednesday morning. I have to thank Miss Jeannie for reading for me yesterday, even though we had some technical difficulties. But I had some other things that I was doing yesterday morning, and she graciously said that she would read for me, and I really appreciate that. So that was nice of her to lead with kindness on Tuesday. See, it doesn't take that much to lead with kindness, now does it? Um, oh, I'm kind of a mess. Oh, look, there's paint on my shirt. Painting scenery when we were in the theater. See, there's our Mariposa shirt. There's a hole in it. Maybe I shouldn't wear this shirt anymore. All right. Enough of Miss Caren just talking. Miss Caren has a very interesting book today. And I have to tell you that when I first saw the book, this is why you shouldn't choose a book by its cover, I was a little taken aback by the artwork because it was not what I expected to see in artwork on a children's book. And I don't know what would be expected of artwork on a children's book, but it was just different. And that took me a second until I opened the book and then I read it. So here's the book, and it's called Collie and the Rat Snake. See, it's different from a lot of the artwork that we've seen already, isn't it? And the story is by Zy Whitaker, and the illustrations are by, and I'm usually pretty good with names, but I have a feeling that I don't really know how to pronounce that. So I'm going to try, but I would love if anybody out there listening knows how to actually pronounce it and could type it in the comments for me phonetically. Shriv. Oh, I'm not even going to try. I don't want to butcher somebody's name. That's the worst thing when someone mispronounces your name. But that's her name. And this story takes place in India because they've given us some words to discover. So there are rupees, which is the basic unit currency of India, which means that's the money that they use. And idli is the most often eaten at breakfast or for a snack. Idli are small steamed patties made of rice and lentils. And lentils are a type of bean. Mixture, a crunchy snack mixture, usually consisting of noodles, mung beans, and peanuts. And irula. Irulas are an indigenous tribal people living throughout southern India, including Tamil Nadu. The Irula have traditionally made their living as snake catchers. And palmyra is a tall palm tree. Palmyra leaves are used for thatching and weaving. So, the Irula are who this story is about today. And the rat snake is called Sarai Pambu, in Tamil, the language of Tamil Nadu. Kali walked along the thorny forest track. He walked as slowly as he could. He was on his way to school. You ever do that? Walk really slowly when you have to walk to school? Kali's father was one of the most famous snake catchers among the Irula tribe. He had caught over 100 cobras just this monsoon and bought many good things for the family. The snake cooperative paid 150 rupees for each poisonous snake. They took out the poison from the snakes to make anti-venom serum. When Kali went snake catching with his father, his legs worked as fast as machines. But now, on the way to school, they slowed down. I hate school, he told the bushes as he walked slower and slower. And school hates me. The bushes did not seem to understand or feel sorry for him. It had been 2 months since I started school, and I don't have a single friend. I get the feeling the other kids think Irulas are weird. Mm. On first day of school, each student had to stand up and tell the whole class three things: his or her name, the name of their village, and what their father did. My name is Ramu, my village is Milor, and my father is a bus conductor. Then came Selvi, Arathur, postman. When it was Kali's turn, he felt very proud. I am Kali. My village is Kanathur, and my father is a snake catcher. The children giggled and nudged one another as if he had said something silly. For the first time in his life, Kali did not feel proud of being in Arula. He wished he were just like the others, an ordinary boy with a bus conductor father. That was 2 months ago. Kali was getting used to things, but it was hard, and his walk to school grew slower and slower. And you see, look, there's Kali sitting all the way in the back, and all the other kids are sitting together and talking. Kali reached the school gate just as the bell was ringing. It must be tough to go to school like that. As usual, he sat in the back row, alone. He wished he had friends. He wished he could fail and be asked to leave school. Failing wasn't easy, though. However badly he tried to do his work, the teacher was always happy with him. This morning they had math and writing, and then it was break time. The children rushed outside to have their snack. Some had idli, others had mixture, a slice of bread, or 2 or 3 biscuits. Kali opened his snack box. Oh no, fried termites! His favorite, actually, but what if someone saw? He'd have to hide. He sat on the wall far away from the others and finished his snack. Termites didn't taste as good here as they did at home. Kali worried. Suppose someone comes near me. Suppose someone asks what I brought. The bell rang. Break was over. They had the same teacher, but a different subject: English. They had to write the English alphabet on their slates. The teacher walked around the room with a stick, hitting the hands that made mistakes. Lucky, thought Kali, lucky that they could upset the teacher. He too would try and make a mess of his slate. The teacher stood in front of Kali, but instead of a swish of the stick, he got a pat on the back. The teacher held up Kali's slate for the class to see. Here, this is the kind of work I want to see from everyone, he said. Now the others would hate him more than ever. Kali could hear the whispering in the classroom. He'd never have friends at school. Just then, something happened in the room. At first, Kali didn't understand. Arms and legs flew. Bodies ran, tumbled over each other, fell, and ran some more. There were shouts from all directions. Help! Help! Teacher, help! But the teacher was under his desk. Eyes and hands pointed to the ceiling. Now Kali understood. What do you see? What is at the ceiling? There, on the roof, was a large rat snake. It probably wanted the rats on the roof tiles, but had taken a wrong turn and come into the classroom instead. Collie's father said that sometimes snakes smelled humans and mistook them for rats. Maybe this one thought, wonderful, here's a room full of rats. That's kind of funny. Although a little insulting, I don't know that I like to be mistaken for a rat. The rat snake was wrapped around a palmyra beam on the ceiling. It must have been surprised by all the excitement. Slowly, more and more of its body uncoiled from the beam. Collie looked up and knew what was going to happen next. And it did. Down the rat snake fell. The noise and confusion got worse. Uh-oh. There's the teacher trying to climb on the desk. Chairs crashed, heads banged, bodies hit the wall, the floor, and one another. The teacher was now on, not under, his desk, yelling, "Help! Watch out!" The rat snake was terrified. It darted to one side of the room, then the other, while the children ran in the opposite direction. For a few seconds, Collie was too surprised to do anything. His people, the Arulas, always went towards snakes, not away from them. Had everyone gone crazy? He walked slowly to where the snake was and reached out his hand. Suddenly, the room grew still. There was no sound, no movement. All eyes were on Callie. The 6-foot-long snake reared back like a horse, opened its mouth wide, and struck. Luckily, it missed Collie's hand. The bite of a big rat snake is very painful, was the thought that went through Collie's mind as he grabbed the snake behind its head. His other hand gripped its long, muscular body. Soon, Collie was all wrapped up in snake. And turn the page. Collie thought he would find a big bag to put the rat snake in. He'd take it home to his father. The Vandeleur Zoo, near Chennai, paid a good price for rat snakes. He could buy his baby sister a new dress. But what was that noise? What was happening? Was there another snake in the room? Confused, Collie looked up. Everyone was clapping and cheering and chanting, "Collie, Collie, thank you." It was wonderful. Collie's eyes filled with tears of joy. He grinned, and the clapping got louder. "You saved us!" shouted one of the boys. "You're so brave! From now on, sit next to me." "No, me!" And the children started quarreling about who Collie would sit next to. "Who taught you to be so brave?" asked Ramesh, the class bully. "What do you need? We'll get you whatever you want. You saved our lives." "Well, what I want now," Collie replied, "is a big bag, to put him in." The children ran off in 10 different directions to find bags. The others looked at Collie with admiration. Out of the corner of his eye, Collie saw the teacher climb down off his desk. That teacher definitely had a hard time of it. it to Collie, but he was careful not to get too close. Silly children, he scolded. Why did you get so scared? How ridiculous, running all over the place just because of a non-poisonous snake. The teacher walked back to his desk. As soon as his back was turned, Collie and the other children grinned at one another. Secret grins, the kind that friends use. Because they knew that the teacher was just as afraid. The end. Look at all the classmates cheering. So you can see that even though when I looked at the front of the book and I went, ooh, that's very different from all the other artwork in the children's books that we've read. He took the time to get to know the book. And Collie had the same problem. When he went to school, he was different. And he felt different, and the kids treated him differently. And it didn't feel good. But they had to see who Collie really was before they could see the true value in it. And it's a shame that they didn't take the time to get to know him sooner. But part of that was Collie's fault too. He didn't try to reach out because he felt so different. Although I'm not sure that I would have shared his snack of fried termites. I have a feeling that fried termites is a delicacy in southern India. That maybe us in America, we probably have things that they've never eaten either and might not like. Right off the top of my head, I can't think of anything, but you never know. Different places of the world eat lots of different things. So, I hope that you enjoyed that book. You have to remember that just because something doesn't look like you expect it to look, doesn't mean that it isn't worth getting to know. That goes for books, that goes for artwork, that goes for theater, and it goes for people. Just because someone doesn't look the way you expect them to look, doesn't mean that they're not worth getting to know. Okay, friends. I hope that you liked this story as much as I did, and that you learned a little something too about southern India, because I did. They live very differently over there. And it's good to learn about different places. Maybe someday you'll get a chance to go there. You don't know. Well, have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful Wednesday. Please make sure that you take some time to get outside and enjoy the day. And Miss Kristen will be here tomorrow with a book. And Miss Jeannie starts The House at Pooh Corner with chapter 1 on Friday. And that's going to be so exciting. And then it's the sing-along on Saturday with Miss Julie and Miss Kristen. And please put some suggestions on our Facebook page for what kind of songs you would like to hear them sing. Because they would love to get some suggestions from you. You can put them right in the comments, right below here. Oh, look what I'm pointing at. We have a new thing. You can text message money to us to say thank you for reading stories every day. And so that we can continue to do this for you. That's kind of awesome. So that's a new thing. All right, friends. Have a great day. And I miss you. And just remember, lead with kindness.